Thank you so much for joining me on the Crystal Clear Kids Show with Awake TV. My name is Crystal Hilsley. My background is actually in psychology. I have an undergrad from Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. I'm a certified master health and wellness coach, an intuitive eating specialist, and I've done extensive training in what's known as parent-child interactive therapy, which actually teaches parents how to communicate effectively with their children depending on their brain development and their age to create deeper connections. So a little bit about me. I grew up as an indigo child. That's who I am. And I had a very strong gift of feeling and knowing. Sometimes it's known now today as empathy. I call it a deep intuition. I would see colors and I would feel people's energy. And as I grew up and I would talk about it, my mother was a bit nervous and didn't really understand it. And so as many indigo, crystal, and rainbow children experience, their parents tell them to stop playing make-believe. So I shut those gifts off at a young age, but nonetheless, they were always a part of me and who I am, and I was lucky enough and I'm grateful enough to be able to have rediscovered those gifts and opened up that channel to source again in my adult years and raise myself a crystal child, and she's absolutely beautiful. So my backstory is I was raised by a single parent. My father actually passed away in a car accident when I was almost 2 years old. So my mom was a bit of a hippie and she fed us from a garden. Sometimes it was out of necessity as well. But nonetheless, I was raised on whole foods as just a part of my daily reality. We didn't have any sodas or candy or junk food around. And there certainly weren't as much chemicals or processed foods as we see in the market available today. So as I grew up and I went off to college, I experienced junk food on a whole new level, and I really enjoyed it. And I ended up getting very sick because I'm very sensitive to chemicals and things that are added into our foods. And so that first year away at university, I had a doozy. I had acne, I had depression, I put on about 45, almost 50 pounds, I had digestive issues. So needless to say, I was ready to give up. And just by being home that summer from that first year in university, my mom's a nurse and my stepdad's an anesthesiologist, and I just got back into the swing of things of what my natural state was, of being connected to my family, of being outdoors, of eating all of the clean, whole, healthy foods, and I managed to heal myself through that experience. I then essentially repeated it 10 years later when I got married to my daughter's dad, and his English diet did not sit well with my system. This time the migraines and the congestion came back so badly that I would have a migraine 5 out of 7 days a week. So one day a little messenger came to me, a little bee, and I got stung by a bee. Now I'm not allergic to bees, but this bee sting would not heal for a good 7 to 10 days. And I looked at myself and it was one of those aha moments. And now change happens in two ways. You either have an aha moment or you continually repeat a habit as such to create a new habit. So I had an aha moment. It was very powerful. I thought to myself, Crystal, if your immune system is this damaged right now that you're not able to heal yourself from a simple bee sting, there's something more serious going on. And that's when I dove into nutrition education and I started taking all of the courses and classes and getting my certifications to understand really what was going on to heal my own body. I also had the joyful experience of raising 2 stepchildren as my own 50% of the time. One is an athlete and the other was diagnosed at a young age at around 4 or 5 years old of ADHD, unfortunately. So I was able to work with them through their diet and through different communication skills and really get that hands-on learning as to what worked effectively for them. So my show is going to cover all things parenting related with nutrition and mindfulness and how to really work effectively with all of the beautiful indigo, crystal, and rainbow children that are arriving on our planet in waves. And just as every other generation before them, they didn't come with a handbook. And in my experience, personally and professionally, they're very sensitive and times have changed. Not only are there more damaging ingredients in the products that we're purchasing, so therefore we are more sensitive and the children have come in more sensitive, but also the things that they're exposed to are different from the generations before. So just as our parents would say to us, in my day, that's the trigger for us to know that things have absolutely changed. The dynamics have changed. The interactions have changed. The access and exposure to media and things of that nature have changed, and they're greatly affecting our children. So I'm going to cover with you the right ways to feed them, what their diet should look like, how to utilize mindfulness and allow them to be what their birthright is, to be very beautiful and creative and expressive, because they've come in to show us the way that things are going right now are not working. And so rather than doing what the masses are doing, which is medicate, we're going to look inside and learn how we can navigate and support them. So what's not working for them, it's up to us as their way showers, as their stewards, as their protectors, to allow them to flourish and thrive in the environment that they've come in to change radically for us. They are our biggest teachers, and they have so many beautiful gifts to share. So I will be interviewing a panel of different experts on different healing modalities, both Eastern and Western style, if you look at it that way. And I'm so excited to have you join me on this journey and supporting this generation that have so many beautiful gifts to share and lessons to teach us. So I'm super excited to have you guys join me. So why am I with Awake TV? It's obvious. They are raising the vibration of the planet and bringing all of the tools and modalities that we need in order to evolve and to elevate to who we are supposed to be. In other countries and other cultures, we see that when someone's going through a spiritual awakening or evolution or growth cycle, that they're supported in different ways very naturally. And what we see in our country, unfortunately, and with some of the other sides of things, is that people are pushed to take medication and they're labeled with diseases such as depression and anxiety, and those numbers are going through the roof. Our healthcare system is set up, full medical disclaimer here, I'm not giving any medical advice, but our medical system is set up to be reactive, to treat you when you're ill with a pill or a tablet or a cream or some regime that's reactive, and then all of those have side effects. I believe that we're all made of energy and have the ability to heal ourselves from past traumas, from diseases, going within. And don't get me wrong, if I get in a car accident and break my arm, I will be at the hospital. I will not be praying over it. But nonetheless, Awake TV brings a panel of experts in a variety of industries that I'm personally so excited to participate with and be a part of. So I look forward to, again, hearing your comments, getting your feedback, and answering any questions that you have one-on-one, and how we can support this beautiful generation of amazing souls that are coming in to raise the vibration of the planet. And that's what we're here to do, is to serve. So I will see you soon.